Is skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare 2? No, it is not. There's been a lot of videos, a lot of talk about skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare 2, how awful it is, and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't exist. At least to the degree it's existed in other Call of Duty games. If anything, I would say the matchmaking system reminds me a lot of older Call of Duties, where you basically just jump into random lobbies, you do well for a couple games, and then you suck for a couple games. It's the way the world worked back in the year 2009. And I say this because I've been playing an unhealthy amount of Modern Warfare 2, where I've had a lot of great games, and every single time I've been, wow, I'm probably going to get thrown into some great lobbies with some very fun, try-hard people, and it hasn't happened. At least, not to the extent that I thought it would. I'll have great games, and I'll have bad games. Not to the extent of where I was playing Vanguard, or Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops Cold War, where I was basically, I'd have one or two good games, and then for the rest of my entire lifespan of that game, I was just getting thrown into games with like Optic Scumpy, Optic Who Cares, FaZe Who Cares, all these players that would just scrag on me, and I'm like, how is this fair? Like, I have one or two good games, maybe a week, and all of a sudden, blammo, I'm in a lobby with some of the biggest tryhards the world has to offer. I think a lot of that has to do with the new movement system, and I think a lot of people have been complaining about that and saying how awful it is. As one of those people during the beta who complained about the movement, saying it felt clunky, I will say it feels more refined. There is a learning curve. If you are someone who's coming from the newer Call of Duties, you're probably going to have a tougher time because it does feel like they kind of slowed the game down. They removed slide canceling, and I think that's probably the big gripe a lot of people have. If you kind of went in to a more faster-paced Call of Duty, you're kind of going to get the old school Call of Duty where it wasn't that at all. You're going to feel pretty much back in the year 2009 with some newer elements that exist. Like, there is a sort of slide canceling mechanic, but there isn't really anything to the extent that you're probably seeing on, I don't know, TikTok or wherever you're probably on. Because yes, there is a slide canceling mechanic, but if you do it, you're fucked. There's no, you don't have really that much of a chance to get that many kills. Plus, if you do it, you're a loser. Like, what else? Like, come on. Who cares? You just just play the game for what it is. I mean, they're trying to remove it. Just play. It's really not that much different. It actually kind of feels like it takes more skill to play the game. And I don't like saying like, oh, skill issue, because I feel like that's usually like an argument made to be like, oh, I don't really like this guy's opinion. Skill issue. It's like, but to a degree, I mean, it's not that hard to learn. It took me a little bit. It felt like it was more refined from the beta. It took some time, and all of a sudden, here I am playing the game. I'm doing very well. I enjoy the game. I think Modern Warfare 2, and I'll probably just do either one of these kind of talky videos or more edited and refined. I don't know what I want to do. Let me know what you guys want me to do in the comment section, but the game is great. The game Modern Warfare 2 might end up going down as one of the better Call of Duties, maybe one of the best Call of Duties in the last 4 or 5 years, if not in the longest time. But back to skill-based matchmaking, I think a few things got changed. I think people were probably delivering the feedback to a point where they probably noticed that they weren't making much revenue in the end over the course of that year that they could have been. I feel like a lot of people just got annoyed and probably left, and I think I know they made like $1 billion last year, something ridiculous, but to a certain degree, I think they weren't making as much money as they thought they could, and I think they can make more money by letting players play with other players, and it's been very noticeable. I mean, it seems like the content has been great. There's been great lobbies of people screaming at each other, and I think a lot of that has to do is because good players are being put out with casual players, and it makes the games more entertaining. I mean, I love my game chats right now. They're hilarious to listen to, and also maybe just hopping. I haven't hopped on a mic and maybe God knows how long. I haven't like talked to anyone random on the internet in terms of like when I'm playing games, because I just never want to. There's no need to, because usually it's just there's no conversation. If you ever hop into a Call of Duty lobby in like the last, I don't know, few years, there's no conversation. No one talks, and then all of a sudden you get into a game, or if you do, it's just someone complaining. If you end up getting into a game now, it's just people talking, trash talking each other like it's 2009. It's wonderful. And I think that's what kept the game so alive and so fresh. And I think that's what they probably realized, is that people weren't having fun anymore. They're getting tired. They're getting bored, these Call of Duty games coming out. They release this, and they're like, oh, we can get more attention, more content, more sales, more everything if we just let people play with other random people and that are of their either same skill level or different skill levels, and allow them just to like trash talk each other. Even though it's great that they have you sign that code of conduct thing, that really doesn't matter. I mean, first game I got into, it was like some racial prejudice city. It was like insane that people were just saying the things they were saying to each other. But I think this is what is really good about Call of Duty. Having players play with other players and enjoy themselves, not to this ridiculous extent go, I hate this game, it's awful, I can't play against other people that aren't of my skill level because I'm constantly getting my ass kicked after just having 2 good games and playing with Optic Phase or who cares. I think they made the right decisions by fixing this skill-based matchmaking system, at least tweaking it to a degree where it's not nearly as bad. Not even like this current system that exists now does not feel as bad as the system that existed a couple years ago, because it truly feels like I'm back in 2009 playing a game that I can at least enjoy. I can come home from work, I can sit down, I can either record content, I can just casually play and not have to go that hard and have great games. I can have bad games. I know I'm going to have bad games. It's just, that is the nature of Call of Duty and every other Call of Duty game. I've noticed on TikTok, there's this thing called COD timing, which is now, I guess, a thing. I never really thought of anything like that, but that's now like a running meme amongst the community and the joke of like Call of Duty. It's like, oh, great COD timing. It's not, well, fuck this skill-based matchmaking kind of deal. And I think that's better. I think that's a healthier community, and that's kind of where I wanted the community to be, is not in this. I mean, as one of those people, I understand, like, I'm one of those people that's like, oh yeah, this is terrible and blah, 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 I'm complaining. But to a degree, I'm happy that the community is at least enjoying the game. And even me, like, I'm enjoying the game. Is it the best game I've ever played? Yeah, I guess, if you want to say that, in terms of what, I guess, if you want to ask that question. But I think it's a good Call of Duty game that has the potential to be great. It's the most fun I've had in the last how many years of playing Call of Duty, and I think it's just going to continue to get better and better. Yes, there's a lot of issues. It's a polished turd, if you would. But I'm okay with a polished turd. It functions. There's just not enough content, and that's fine. But I'm enjoying the game because there's no skill-based matchmaking that's forced me to sweat like I'm in a church. It is beautiful. I thank you to the developers for developing this game. It is so much better than anything you've developed in the last how many years. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about skill-based matchmaking. Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? Would you rather it come back? Do you think it will come back? Are the developers just going to flip a switch and all of a sudden we get skill-based matchmaking again? We're stuck with these crazy-ass, sweaty players all the time. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, like the video. If you didn't, that sucks. Eat Arby's. Maybe subscribe if you want to hear more of these kind of videos. Let me know if you want to hear more of these videos. Should I continue to do these kind of longer, winded, ranty videos, or would you rather just see me edit everything and you only like one video a week or something? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching, and well,